November 2008. This was the night many people in the United States believed that our nation's long history of racial division had come to an end. We were entering what was optimistically called post-racial America. But in the decades since the American people elected the country's first Black president, most of our nation's most complex social issues continue to revolve around race. Why is this such a stumbling block for us? What will it take for us to finally come together? Can the issues of race ever truly be overcome? Or is it just human nature to divide ourselves along racial lines?
There are a lot of people who believe that racism is there, it's always going to be there, there's nothing you can do about it, you are the race you are, blah, blah, blah. And I say, no, this is something we made up.
Wait, what?
This is something we made up.
So if we made race up, what's the story? A closer look at history reveals that the story of race is a story of labor. Most of us were taught that North America was initially colonized by those seeking religious freedom. But in fact, most Europeans, including the Pilgrims, came for land and economic opportunity. At that time, there was no concept of race as we know it. No one identified by the color of their skin, but by their country of origin: French, English, Dutch, Spanish. By the early 17th century, the colony's plantation economy was booming. This created a massive need for cheap labor, a need largely filled by poor European immigrants. Some landowners also used enslaved people from African nations, but at the time, an enslaved person's status was not lifelong. One could gain their freedom. However, in 1676, enslaved Africans joined with European indentured servants in a large rebellion against the colonial government in Virginia. Alarmed by the natural alliance between the indentured and enslaved, the ruling class passed a series of laws that segregated and permanently enslaved those of African descent, while also giving their European counterparts new rights and status. This divide and conquer strategy paved the way for what would become an organized system of racial chattel slavery.
And that